Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey has not had a good month. Millions of conservatives have been outraged by Twitter's decision to censor the Hunter Biden leaks, a reaction which prompted him to put out a meek apology only a couple of weeks ago. Now, when asked about the censorship by senators in a hearing in Section 230 in the Senate, he has been caught telling an outrageous lie, in effect, breaking the law. Mr. Dorsey told Senator Cruz that Twitter's censorship of the story had ended and that the New York Post and other users would be able to now tweet about the story. Guess what? They were not. We're going to be discussing Mr. Dorsey's bending of the truth, his meek apology, and what this all means for Section 230 and Twitter in today's video. Welcome to another episode of Political. My name is Connor Allen, and I'm here with Ryan Smith.
Hello, everyone.
And please do subscribe if you haven't already. Just about coming up to 200 subscribers now, which we're very proud of. Welcome to everyone in the community. And thank you if you've been part of the community. Please do leave a like, as always, if you enjoyed the content. It helps us with the algorithm. And also do leave a comment. Tell us what you thought of the video. Tell us what you think of Twitter, of Jack Dorsey, of Senator Cruz. We love hearing your opinions and we love talking with you. And with no further ado, we're going to move on with today's article.
Okay, so we have an article from the New York Post themselves. Of course, it wasn't just Jack Dorsey that was invited to this Senate hearing. Obviously Mike Zuckerberg and Sundar Pichai were there as well. But I think really the highlight of it is what happened with Jack Dorsey. And when we're talking about the censorship during this election campaign, it's mostly Twitter that we're concerned about, although Google and Facebook are doing that a little bit as well themselves. But as you said, he was effectively caught lying, effectively perjury. I'm sure it's not. Listen, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey on Wednesday falsely told senators that his company lifted a ban on users tweeting articles from the Post's Hunter Biden expose, despite the fact the ban remained on one of the Post's bombshell stories and was only lifted after he made the claim. And this is when Cruz was scrutinizing him, and it was quickly pointed out Jack Dorsey of Twitter just told Senator Cruz that anyone could now share the New York Post bombshell stories on Twitter. Dorsey is lying. And they shared a screenshot. Now, they came up with a reason for this, which is apparently people may have had trouble tweeting in the specific instance because the article included AMP link, which is a specific mobile link. But the Trump campaign and the Post were blocked from sharing non-AMP article links. So it didn't really make that much sense. The actual quote that I think is quite telling from Jack Dorsey, though, apart from the fact, obviously, he has lied to the committee, whether it was intentional or not, he has done so. But when he was talking about the decision, because now they have reversed that decision to block the URLs, he says, our team made a fast decision. The enforcement action, however, of blocking URLs both in tweets and in DM direct messages, we believe was incorrect, and we changed it. So
what a meek thing. Oh, mea culpa. Oh, sorry. It was a mistake. Hee hee. Whoops.
So you effectively have this story. It comes out. It's incredibly damaging to the Bidens. Now, since then, it's been verified more and more. And listen, people have to make up their own mind whether or not they believe the information, or if they believe it's Russian information, whatever evidence there is for that. It's up to them to make up their own mind. The point is, the Post is a newspaper, biggest widely circulated newspaper in the US, the oldest newspaper in the US. They are publishing an article, and it's up to people what they want to do with that information if they happen to see it. What you have is Twitter banning this article, effectively cherry-picking an article that is bad for one of the candidates 4 weeks before the election. We're now 1 week before the election, less than 1 week before the election, much less time. Probably thousands of people that would have seen it haven't seen it because of that. And what? Oh, like you said, oh, yes, we apologize. It was a mistake. And it's like, well, the damage is already done, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's going to be really telling what happens if Donald Trump loses the election by a few 100,000 votes. What if, and it was actually trending on Twitter, can I change my vote? And on Google too. What if those people can't? What if it's too late because they only see the Hunter Biden story and they only see the major concerns about the Biden's trustability and whether they're corrupt or not 2 days before the election? Simple whoops-a-daisy just doesn't bloody cover it, does it? And what do you think Joe Biden, who will owe his presidency to Twitter and their censorship, is going to take action against them? It's very, very serious, and it's very, very troubling for American democracy if they're allowed to get away with this. And only Donald Trump will not allow them to get away with this.
And this is the thing, Twitter, Facebook, Google, they have so much influence on what is happening, what is being talked about in public discourse. They have influence. Cruz asked him, I believe, his first question that he asked to Jack Dorsey was, or one of the first questions, do you think you can influence an election? He said no, which is absurd, really, to even suggest.
He's just done it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just done it.
He said, no, I can't influence an election. The reality is they can all influence elections. Some like YouTube, Google and YouTube, obviously the same company, Alphabet, the parent company, they are the biggest search engine in the world by a long margin. If they deliberately don't include bad stories for a particular candidate or use very cherry pick specific fact checks or whatever from sort of non-independent sources and try and claim them as facts, those are ways they can influence the election in those ways. So you have a situation where when a company has so much power, there needs to be some level of accountability there. And right now, not only do they not have accountability, they have protections under the Section 230. So there's not even really like anything can be done about it either.
Oh, exactly. And I think this is kind of the point we're going on to, actually. If Twitter and Facebook and everyone want to claim that they are neutral arbiters of content, which is exactly what Section 230 is designed to do, then okay, if you're a neutral arbiter of content, the responsibility for the content of posts is on the user. It's not on Twitter. So therefore, Twitter doesn't have the power to prune that content because it's not their responsibility, right? However, if Twitter is assuming responsibility for the content of those posts, then Twitter, you can't pick and choose where that's applied. Twitter is therefore responsible for every single post made on Twitter. So therefore, Section 230 should not apply to them.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, they're curators. They effectively, it's bizarre to think about because it's a special case. Now, when we talk about free speech and this kind of thing, the idea that you have free speech on the internet is kind of like a modern thing to think about. We've not really we've not had this dilemma before. When we talk about free speech, we're talking about freedom to basically go into public land and to speak your mind, right? Really, that's what it begins with. In a sense, where there's legislation in Section 230 treats places like Twitter and Facebook as a domain for free speech, a public property in a sense, an area where people can voice their opinions and say what they want and not have to worry about censorship or being blocked. So it does seem bizarre. You think, well, hey, Twitter's a private company. Well, no, because the law has specifically been designed to treat them as a domain of freedom of speech, somewhere where people can say what they want. If they start doing this and cherry picking things, then surely that nullifies the whole point of Section 230. And they need to remove that and revoke it for companies like Twitter that are no longer just being an open free platform. And then, okay, fine, they can do what they want under that circumstance, but they're no longer protected now. The American people, the federal government, shall we say, aren't protecting them from libel from potential members of the public.
Absolutely. I mean, it's basically the difference between an internet forum and an online newspaper, right? An online newspaper selects what content it puts out there, whereas an internet forum doesn't. So there's two different areas of responsibility. Of course, we know the only free section of the internet is the political comment section, where we make a pledge not to delete any message because we enjoy the debate and the discussion there. So unless you have anything else to say, Ian.
No. Well, I would just add as well. We don't not only we don't even delete. We just approve everything as well. Basically, everything. Any comment. So if anyone's got a comment saying, "Oh, well, this will just get deleted or it won't get approved," no, it will, and we'll happily put it there, and anyone can come and reply. And if you say something stupid, just expect someone to come and call you out on it.
Yeah, one of our long-time subscribers, such as Fosco or Mahidar or any of our long-time viewers who we are truly thankful and appreciative for. So please do get involved in the comment section. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and please do leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and please do share the video as well if you enjoyed it. We raised a bit of an issue, Section 230. Maybe someone who's really into that sort of thing, maybe they'd enjoy this. But thank you very much, guys, and until next time, see you soon.